Week whatever.
We're back.
Post Super Bowl. I'm Coog.
I'm Mav.
And as always, this is
Method to the Madness.
Welcome back.
We are back, man.
It's been a nice little nice little hiatus.
Yeah, it's been a good week. How you feeling?
I feel good because the Rams won, like we predicted.
Right.
We predicted the first touchdown score.
Yeah, we did that.
That was a beautiful thing. Gatorade fell short, but at the end of the day, man, they picked the wrong. There was purple in one of the things of Gatorade.
There was. Yeah.
They just literally picked the wrong one. So that's on the players.
Maybe do you think the water boy kind of like nudges this one over to them?
I think he does. A lot of it because they watch the TikTok.
You did reach a pretty significant number of views.
We hit close to 1 million. So thanks everyone who watched that.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Beautiful.
But it's not good enough.
No, it's not.
Because we didn't hit 1 million, and we're not going till we always hit 1 million. So let's make sure we go that route.
Before we get this fully started, I'd like an apology.
From who?
You.
From me.
From you, yeah.
Okay.
Because last week when I came on here, and you looked at me like I told you the sky was falling.
Yeah.
When I said that Jamar Chase wasn't going to get 3.5 yards rushing. It was like I killed a baby. That was the look you gave me.
Okay.
So I want an apology because he had 4 yards rushing.
So I will apologize, but from my point of view, he had one attempt at a rush.
Yeah. So
that could have went sideways.
But
it didn't. It
didn't.
So at the end of the day, it hit. I'm sorry I steered you away from that. That was a lock. I should never have contradicted you.
Thank you. But yeah, now that football season is done, what are you going to do with like your time?
Probably just make more money off basketball.
Yeah, basketball is good. We got March Madness coming up. Olympics?
March Madness is going to be good. Olympics.
Is this Olympic? They're still on?
They're on right now. Finland's playing, I think, Ukraine in hockey or some shit.
Oh, that sounds electric.
Sounds electric. You're going to get a detailed analysis from us at some point. That game will go.
I'd actually love to like break down the game and try and pronounce everybody's last names.
Those Finland ones, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Super Bowl recap. What were your biggest takeaways?
So obviously I was not surprised that the Rams won.
No, I mean like it was pretty clear cut and obvious that the Rams were gonna win. Heading into the week, like the Bengals never belonged there.
No, they did not. Not for a second.
And
but you know what?
And you sniffed it out. You sniffed it out pretty damn early.
You want to talk about early?
Maybe.
Who put a future down at the start of the season for the Rams to win a Super Bowl?
I did.
And what did that pay out?
14-1.
14-1.
Yeah.
God damn.
So, yeah, it was honestly nice because you see that option in your account whenever you look at your bets, and it's always there. And I kind of like it when it's neat and organized in my betting slip.
Yep.
And when I always see this little notification there that you still have the Rams to win the Super Bowl, I'm like, I just want this to cash or not. Like, let's just get it over with.
It's tough to wait on that.
But boy, am I happy it cashed.
Oh, I would be too.
But yeah, Rams won. It was a great game. I had a lot of fun.
What a fun, in comparison to recent years, what a fun Super Bowl.
It was a lot of fun, man. The halftime show was great.
Halftime show was great.
I actually, compared to like all the rest of the halftime shows, I think this one might be up there.
This is up there. I loved 50 Cent coming down like how he did in the
that was
video
funny.
upside down.
That's funny.
Yeah, because he wasn't even supposed to be a part of it.
No, he wasn't on the call sheet.
He wasn't. And then you get Anderson .Paak on the drums.
Yeah.
You got a good show when you can just use Anderson .Paak as a drummer.
He was a nice little trinket.
He was.
Because I feel like a lot of people, like, maybe it flew over their head a little bit.
That he was on there?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, no. That was sweet. What else? Dude, I hate to say it, but I feel like Kendrick's performance was the worst part of it.
I think Kendrick had a really cool performance.
Really?
I thought his was actually, I would put it the other way around.
You thought he
had
the best one?
I don't know what it was like in person, but on TV, I thought it was so cool, like the choreography and all that.
Yeah. I don't know.
He had the best outfit. You can't deny that.
Did. But, yeah, all said and done, it was good. Commercials,
good
we don't get them in Canada that are cool.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So it just like sucks. But it is what it is. And then yeah, I mean like the game went like the way it was. Aaron Donald was getting triple teamed the entire game.
Oh, was that frustrating? Had Aaron Donald any time to record a sack? It ended up locking,
Yeah.
obviously. But that first half specifically, that was frustrating to watch.
It was like we were together watching the game, right? And I was cheering for you because, you know, we're a team.
And I was cheering for you.
And every time they show like the highlight of the play or like the recap of the play when they like play it back,
Yeah.
whatever. And then you see like, oh, Joe Burrow had time in the pocket or whatever, but he really didn't have time. But anyways, Aaron Donald literally had like 3 guys defending him.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy. I've never really like that's.
He's that guy. What I thought was more crazy, I mean, Von Miller did get a sack. The fact that Von Miller, Leonard Floyd weren't eating.
They didn't
because of
eat as
that.
much as I thought.
That shocked me. If you got 3 guys occupying just Aaron Donald, somebody's got to get through, right?
Darren Arnold.
Darren Arnold.
Yeah, dude. But I think they did get 9 sacks.
Yes, possibly
They
on
did
the
get
day.
after him.
It might have been. No, I think it was less, dude. I think it was less. Maybe 7.
Let's
Check
see here.
that out.
7.
That was it. Yeah. Yeah, it was impressive, and that kind of brings us to like where did the Rams go right? Where did the Bengals go wrong?
Well, I think like you kind of saw like their O-line really hurt the Bengals.
Oh yeah.
The Rams in the first half looked crazy. Like I thought they looked really good when they had like OBJ. They were using him a ton.
But as soon as you saw OBJ go down,
Yeah,
bit of a drop off there. Hey.
big drop off. Poor guy, man.
I know.
I bet a lot of people had him in their bet slips, as did we.
As did we.
And when you saw him go down, you hate to see it.
Well, I think we knew he was touted for a big day, right? Like
Yeah.
we had him in all of our parlays. We posted the one where we were talking about how we had him for the over receptions and the first time touchdown, and he hit it. And the way he was going, he was on pace to have a huge day. And you know the injury derailed that, so that sucks for him.
Yeah, and after they lost OBJ, there was like a significant drop off on the Rams offense.
Yeah, way less productive.
It was dumb. And why are they trying to run the ball so much? It never works.
The Rams are not too great.
They're not a
running the
run
ball.
team. They're not a run team at all. And they were just getting stuffed and stuffed and stuffed and stuffed. And they just kept doing it. It was so frustrating. But yeah, like Van Jefferson and what's the other guy's name? The Squinski. The
guy. He's a Notre Dame kid. He sucked.
The dollar store Cooper Cup.
Dollar Store Cooper Cup. Well, also,
Yeah.
we should give a shout out to Van Jefferson. Congrats on being a father. Imagine driving from the Super Bowl to the hospital because your wife's in labor.
It's funny because we talked about that before.
We did last week, but with OBJ.
Yeah, with the wrong player, but luckily for him, he didn't have to leave during the game.
I wish there was a prop bet on that because I think we would have been all over it.
Yeah. Somebody to have a kid during the Super Bowl. But yeah, dude, it was pretty crazy. He already has 2 kids.
Van J?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was like watching saw like an Instagram clip. He's got like 2 kids, so like you just won your first Super Bowl and like you're all pumped up and then you have to go to the hospital for like the next couple hours.
I feel like he was excited to have a kid.
Yeah, but it's your third.
If you're one of the first 2 kids,
Yeah.
how do you feel that you now have a baby brother or sister who was born after a Super Bowl win? Does that kind of make you...
But they're young. They're young. Like in the clip I saw, they were probably like 5.
But they're going to grow up and they're going to
Yeah, like it's a cool memory for sure. And
Is
like,
that kid the favorite now?
Yeah.
Like...
He's gonna get special treatment.
I don't want to be that guy.
Or she.
Every time he puts on that ring, he's going to remember that kid.
Yeah.
Not the other 2. The
Best-
other 2 are with their nanny
Must
right
be
now.
the best day of your life.
It's got to be the best day of your life. So that kid being born on the best day of your life...
Yeah. Well, that adds to that makes it the
was-
best day of your life, you know?
So it's like an accumulation. All I'm saying is I'd have a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth if I was one of the first 2 born.
Like getting older, like growing up.
As I grow up, you're definitely going to notice that he's... I don't know if he's probably going to retire, coach all 3 kids in football or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's going to be definitely putting more time into
With the third kid.
I hope they're all treated equally, but I'm just being realistic about it.
But like the kids, like they're like must be so pumped. Like they're like 5-6 years old. They're like, you're getting a brother, and he's like, what?
He's like, oh, come on, man. And then
Yeah. Anyways, what else do we got here?
so I think for the Bengals, Like, I do think that the Rams deserve to win this game, but I also feel like the Bengals lost it.
In what way?
I think you go back. I'm not the biggest Joe Mixon fan. The guy was averaging almost 5 yards a carry.
He was doing good.
Why aren't you feeding this guy? You're getting 7 sacks in this game. Why are you not feeding Joe Mixon more? Like he's getting productive on that 4th and 3 or 4th and 1
At the end of the game?
there was another one earlier.
Oh yeah, there was
the drive before me.
Yeah.
Bro, what are you doing? Hand the ball off. Deal with the clock after. But why not just get the first? Joe Mixon's gonna get it.
And the crazy thing is that they were playing with a lead as well, like in like the third quarter.
Exactly.
So I do see what you're saying.
And I don't put any of this game on Joe Burrow's hands. I don't think anything.
I think he did good. He did good.
You can argue. I was looking at the stats. I think you can argue Joe Burrow had a better game than Matt Stafford.
Really? What do you got here?
So Matt Stafford 26 for 40 and 283 yards with 2 interceptions, also 3 touchdowns though. Whereas Joe Burrow 22 for 33, 260, so 20 less yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. So Joe Burrow's not giving the ball up.
Yeah.
The only downfall of Joe Burrow is Aaron Donald and the rest of the gang getting in his face.
The only like big mistake that I really saw him make was the Bengals' first offensive drive when they went for it on 4th and 1.
Oh, and he tried to use Jamar?
Yeah.
And then Ramsey came in and...
No, there was like... or yeah, maybe it was Jamar that he was trying to hit. But there was another like wide open receiver in the flat.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember.
I remember the play. I think Ramsey, he ran something like not Ramsey, Jamar ran something like a hit.
Yeah. But
it was some kind of rub.
At the same time, like that's at the beginning of the game, like Super Bowl, like you got to get your jitters out.
The kid's only in his second year too.
Yeah, it is. He is. But he did play a good game, I thought. The Rams defense played good. Jalen Ramsey kind of I don't think he had a very good game.
I disagree.
You think he had a good game?
I think Jalen Ramsey played really well. Not really well, like perfect, but I think Jalen Ramsey, like if we're going off matchups, he did have that one bust against I think it was
Jamar?
He
had
what's the guy's name? It wasn't Jamar, it was the other kid, the big reception. T. Higgins, yeah.
But that with the face mask.
Exactly. So that was it. Otherwise, on Jamar, he let up 2 catches for 63 yards. One of those being the 46-yard one-handed catch, which is just more so Jamar being all world.
No, but like he also got beat. He did get beat.
He got beat, but like that's still a tough catch. Like most
receivers. It is a tough catch, and it was a really nice throw.
It was a nice throw.
But
so
I don't know.
2 catches though.
On that play,
you're telling me you're only allowing Jamar Chase to catch 2 balls on you? That's pretty impressive.
But he also let up. That one play was how much? 40 yards?
46, and then he had the one big bomb to T. Higgins. Otherwise, guy was lights out.
Right. But with those 2 big plays coming off of your star corner, it's not really a good look.
But then you talk about that 4th down that we were just talking about. Ramsey's the guy who broke that up. And if you see the highlight, he was coming off
that was at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, but it's still that's a 4th down.
I understand like it's a good play, but
I think the Rams went to score on that drive too, if I'm not mistaken. Because remember the Rams didn't score on their first drive.
Yeah.
I think they marched down, but I don't know. I'd argue Ramsey did his job.
I don't know. I just think like from like a star corner who's gonna be like so locked down like that to give up like 2 huge plays, and I understand there's like a face mask in it, but like regardless, like those are 2 like massive like game changing plays that he let up.
Where do you think if the Bengals want to get back, what are they gonna do? To get back to the Super Bowl.
Dude, like everybody's gonna say the same thing. It's like the O-line.
Yeah.
I mean, the O-line, they got to get some better corners probably.
Okay.
But like I don't know other than that, because they have good weapons on the field. Trey Hendrickson's a good D lineman.
Oh, awesome! I think.
They have. Do they have Von Bell at safety? He's solid.
I think their defense is actually solid.
They're not a bad team at all. Just poor Joe.
Given up, I think it was 70 sacks on the year. The Bengals gave up. That's first in the league.
Well, it's crazy because like the game that they won against the Titans, they let up 9 sacks.
Yeah,
and they still managed to pull it out because whatever, the Titans are the Titans.
I think they got to be the first team to lead in sacks and go to the Super Bowl. Like sacks against.
They had sacks. They led in sacks against
throughout the entire season and the playoffs. No quarterback was sacked more than Joe Burrow.
That's actually so crazy. And like that's the thing that makes the difference between a good quarterback and a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
Because there's good quarterbacks behind good O-lines, but then there's good quarterbacks again behind good O-lines. But when you put that, like, so let's say I'm talking Kirk Cousins. This guy under pressure stinks. He actually like can't make plays under pressure. But in a clean pocket, he can make any throw out of any quarterback in the league. But when you put him behind an O-line like the Bengals, I think he would choke. Joe Burrow can succeed in both, which makes him like one of the elite quarterbacks of the league.
It is impressive how, even though he's young, getting sacked 9 times in a game doesn't rattle him. He's so composed. He plays the game the same way.
Yeah.
As if he was under that, and not like in terms like emotionally, and he's not forcing throws for the most part. He's pretty mature for his age.
You know what was really cute?
What was cute? What was really cute?
Was I saw a clip of him going up to like Aaron Donald and Von Miller and being like, "Hey, I'm Joe. Nice to meet you." And it's
saw
like,
that too.
But like it's so relatable because like, man, like I watched these guys like growing up forever, and now I'm playing against him in the Super Bowl. Like you got to soak it in,
dude. Yeah, that's a crazy moment for him.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you. Like, nothing phased him.
It's like it's like, oh man, he's such a likable guy.
But going back to that O-line, I actually saw a tweet of an interview from Bengals coach Zach Taylor. So they asked him about improving the offensive line in the offseason. And I'm sure Joe Burrow's probably like shaken hearing this. Zach Taylor said, the line was good enough to make it to the Super Bowl. They just got to be better as a unit. That's a little spooky.
Did he really say that?
He said that. And going into this offseason, everyone was projecting them to take a tackle too. They're like, you know what? Joe Burrow's looking pretty good.
They're going to take Penei Sewell.
Exactly. They're just like, you got to beef up the line, protect this kid. They went Jamar. Obviously, I think we can agree that turned
You know
out
what?
pretty good.
I think instead of drafting a player they needed, they drafted the best player on the board.
Okay. I mean, he turned at the time. I don't think people knew.
No,
that he was gonna be they obviously evaluated.
But that's
him.
what happened.
Do you think Joe said something about that? He's like, listen.
They probably asked him about it. For sure they did because they've been teammates and whatever. But that's the thing about the draft too, is that you can take a guy who's you need a linebacker, and you take a linebacker that you can maybe get like 10 picks back, or you take another receiver or whatever that you don't need as much, but he's the best player available.
It turned out that they need, because without Jamar Chase, I think if they go line instead of Jamar Chase, I don't think they make the Super Bowl. Jamar
Crazy
Chase
enough,
made plays
he
this
did.
year
He made a lot of
that
plays.
won
He
them
made a lot
games.
of plays.
I'm playing against that guy in fantasy. Frustrating.
You're telling me.
Putting up 40 points sometimes, like that'll, not only is he winning football games, but fantasy games, and that's where you tell how great a player really
Put up a
is.
50 bomb in the finals.
Yeah, that was aggravating.
Anyways, but yeah, I don't know. How about Stafford's no look pass?
That was wild.
I've been seeing that on absolute repeat.
Did you notice it live?
Not at all.
I didn't either.
I remember it. It was like the fourth quarter. They're driving down the field. And, that's when the game switched. Was when they were like, "Oh yeah, Cooper Kupp is the best receiver in the game. I can just throw to him every time."
Those last two drives, it was every ball is going to Cooper Kupp. Everybody knew it, and there was nothing you could do. The most impressive thing, I think, the game-winning drive.
Yeah.
When he caught the touchdown, as the ball's touching his hands, he's getting his head taken off, lands in bounds, gets called back. This guy stays on the field, clearly concussed.
Oh yeah, he did.
There's no way this guy isn't gotten just immediate CTE.
Yeah.
Stays on the field, catches another couple balls to win them the game. That game-winning fade against Eli Apple, you can't write it better than that. That guy got exposed.
It was so crazy because like we're all hanging out and everybody's like, man, this game's getting so stale. Like drive, punt, drive, punt, drive, punt. And then all of a sudden, like the Rams start throwing a Cooper Kupp, and then everybody's just, you can feel like the energy switch. You're like, oh yeah, like Cooper Kupp, man, this is sick. But you're talking about the end of the game there, the PI that everybody's mad about.
Okay. I wanted the Rams win as much as anybody, and I think they deserve to win. That was not a PI, I don't think.
There's
no
PI.
way. There was the holding call, right? They called it holding? Defensive holding.
Holding, yeah.
Yeah, on the linebacker. I think it was a linebacker on Cooper, which, first of all, that's a tough job to ask of a linebacker. But that contact, it was so they're just playing. I don't know. I don't think that should have been thrown.
Well, and the thing is that there was like no flags during the entire game. Like, it felt like there was no flags.
No. It was. I think it was pretty fair. I mean, the face mask should have been a flag.
Yeah, but like it felt like the refs were just like letting the guys play.
Yeah.
Which was sweet because
I enjoyed it.
So many times during the season you see like flag,
Ruins the flow.
Yeah, completely. And this game just kind of flowed. There wasn't many flags. But that end of the game call, a little questionable.
Yeah.
If you're a Bengals fan, you can kind of go and say, this one's on the refs.
Do they win the game if that doesn't happen? The Rams. Because they missed the extra point, so they needed a touchdown to take the lead.
They needed the touchdown.
It was 23-20.
And what was that, like third or fourth down, I think?
I can't remember the
PI
down.
call
I want to
happened?
say it was third down.
I don't know, man. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
I do think Stafford's got like a bit of a clutch gene.
He does. And both quarterbacks look banged up.
Yeah, they did.
And I loved that.
Like,
not that I'm happy they're hurt, obviously.
I can't remember what interception it was from Stafford, but the one where he just like launched it into the end zone, he like pointed downfield, and I remember like thinking to myself like, oh yeah, the absolute bomb, yeah, in the corner of the end zone, and he underthrew it, and I just like, what the?
Not a usual thing from Stafford too.
What the hell is that? When you point downfield, I think something great's gonna happen.
As much as I love him, can I say something?
Yeah,
I had Stafford over 0.5 interceptions.
Made sense.
I felt like he was prone to throw a silly one. Yeah. Do you think the Rams are gonna be back here?
I don't know. Like, can they even afford to keep everybody?
I think the only guy who's a free agent that's like a big name is Odell Beckham, and I actually think he should resign. I think they should.
Well, with
not
a
only
torn
for his
ACL,
career,
like
but
he won't even be back until maybe like halfway through next season.
I think an ACL is 9 months now.
Shut up! 9 months?
I think it's 9 months.
They lowered
now.
it that much?
I mean, let me see.
Didn't it used to be a year? That's crazy.
Recovery.
Yeah, I don't like if they can keep the same squad. I don't know. Maybe they have like some coaching changes that are coming up.
9 to 12. 9 to 12.
9 to 12. So on the good side, 9. But
Yeah.
he's pretty freaky.
Yeah.
He could-
Yeah.
He can make a quick recovery.
But you know what, man? I'm telling you, if I'm thinking the Rams make the playoffs regardless next year. If you get an Odell Beckham healthy, and he just gets inserted in your offense mid playoffs or early playoffs, that's spooky.
Well, and they have Robert Woods.
Robert Woods will be back. Yeah, dude. The Rams. Odell's gonna have to settle for a little less money though. I think
They could do it. They could do it for sure. But they definitely need that like second receiver because they were struggling with.
Oh yeah. Even though at the end of the day, you could probably just keep passing to Cooper. And be
Yeah, they just. I don't know how he's just like always like open.
He just needs to improve his passing accuracy, so that Philly special is gonna work next year.
That kind of sucked.
I was so
That kinda
excited.
sucked.
I will say though, it looked like if Stafford caught that, he's about to get leveled.
Yeah, but it would have been the first down, and they
It would
didn't
have
get
been
the
the
first
first.
down.
I loved that. But yeah, I think the Rams could be back. I'm not saying they will, but they definitely could. They got a lot of weapons. They're the most balanced team, I'd say, in the NFL maybe going into next year if they re-sign these guys. But yeah, no, that was really entertaining Super Bowl.
Last thing, you said it earlier. Why, like, where was Joe Mixon?
Yeah.
Why weren't they running him? On the last play of the game, I think it was the last play. No, maybe it was the third. Anyways, it was near like one of the last plays of the game, and they ran the ball with Samaje Perine.
Yeah.
Why aren't you running it with Joe Mixon?
You couldn't explain to me why Joe Mixon wasn't in the game.
It really like.
He's one of your best players.
Yeah,
Like
he is.
regardless of how you want to put it, he's one of your best players.
He's one of the top backs in the NFL, really.
Yeah.
And then it was the play where Aaron Donald gets off the line and grabs Samaje Perine by his hips and just kind of brings him down with him.
Yeah.
You know, it was a sweet play by Aaron Donald, but Joe Mixon is a better back, like by far.
Yeah, 100%. It was just the receiving capability, I guess, of Perine. But honestly, I'd rather.
You're trying to play like some trickery like that, like
Yeah.
now, like just play with your best players. That's what they're there
give
for.
the balls to your guys.
Yes.
Because the Bengals have not been winning games off of trickery and
No,
they've
no,
just been playing
no.
their game. But yeah, I agree. Joe Mixon needed more carries, and if he does, I think the Bengals. This could be a different conversation.
Yeah. Well, maybe I don't know. Do you think the Bengals have a chance to make it? I don't think they'll make it again.
I don't think they'll make it back. No.
I feel like whenever,
honest.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, like I know you're not the biggest Bengals guy, but whenever a team makes the Super Bowl and loses, like I don't see them back unless you're Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady's always back. Yeah, I mean, the Denver got back.
They did.
They did, but not because of Peyton Manning.
No, they had a credible defense.
They did. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna say just because of that, but just the way it looks. I don't want to keep talking about the AFC North.
Right.
That's one of the tougher divisions to play in. You're gonna have a fully healthy Ravens team with Lamar Jackson. Picture this: all three of their running backs are gonna be back next year. All three of which didn't get to play this year. We're gonna have an offensive line healthy.
Do you guys
Lamar
think
Jackson.
we're gonna get a receiver finally?
I think there's talk of Hollywood not coming back.
Yeah.
That's another day's convo. But I think the Ravens. I'm gonna put a future on the Ravens for next year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a bold statement.
To come out of the AFC. I don't know if they'll win one, but just
Just like a little side note, just to come out of the
just
AFC.
come out of the AFC. But yeah, I think it'll be tough.
Did you see the Super Bowl parade?
No, I just saw Fred Stafford absolutely sauced.
That video was so I couldn't even watch it. I was like, what is this guy even saying right now? It was it was like such a relatable video. In the fact where you're like, wow, this guy's like so pissered he doesn't even like realize what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And yeah, like but
inspiring,
like in his mind, he's just like, I'm killing it right. You know what I mean? And then the next morning when he wakes up and somebody shows him the video, you can't even watch it because
like,
you're like,
oh
this
God.
is just fucking horrible. Aaron Donald took his shirt off, and that was the most impressive thing I've seen.
Yeah, Aaron Donald shirtless. Let's talk about that for a minute. What does he do?
Because I don't understand. Because, like, he's so large, right? Like, he's just, like, so large, but he's not fat.
No, he has belly abs.
Yeah.
Like, those are the abs that, like, they go out.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the shape of it. So it's like, oh, he's got a gut. But he's actually just got abs that protrude so far out.
And I feel like he's, like, because he's got, like, I don't even want to say fat, but he's just got, like meat.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
there's
just
a
like,
lot.
I thought that was crazy. And then he did the thing where he was like talking in the mic and he yelled and flexed after, and you could see every muscle in the human body through his skin.
They should teach that in anatomy class.
Yeah,
use that photo.
they just use that.
Like,
photo.
what do you call this one? Yeah, parade was awesome. Happy for Aaron Donald. So there's been some talk. From what we understand, Shanahan has been wheeling and dealing to try and get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
So a couple things we've talked about. First, clearly he thinks that the youngin, Trey Lance, is the guy.
I'd say
Is he the guy?
Well, like, why not?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to see much of him because he only gets a couple drives here and there.
Well, he did. I think he played a couple of games, and I think he won one or two of them. I wish we had Slider back on to give a quick insight about this.
Oh, Slider knows all about this guy.
But, I mean, you drafted him for a reason. You drafted him, I think, number 3. They traded up to get him. So, like...
Shanahan loves him, I think.
Yeah.
I think Shanahan pictures him being clearly if he's trying to get rid of Jimmy.
But like, why not? Like he's a good athlete in college. Like he had like the potential to do it. So and Jimmy G's not the guy. Like, what are you gonna do? Just keep giving this guy millions of dollars to be below average?
Well, I think that's a big thing. I don't know if it's as much as I think Trey Lance is ready right this second, as much as Jimmy G's in the final year of his contract, but gonna be a big cap hit. They're probably thinking this is probably our last chance to get something for him. Because a lot of teams, say what you want about Jimmy, a lot of teams need a quarterback and would probably take Jimmy over who they got.
So who do you think like is somebody that's suitable for him?
So I've been seeing a lot of names. One I saw was the Broncos. My thing about that, Broncos have the 9th overall pick. I feel like they could get something in the draft.
I saw, like all mock drafts, like are just whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody. I wonder what the highest percentage of like mock draft hit is.
The one Mike Mayock used to put on the day of the NFL draft used to be pretty exact.
Really?
Which was crazy.
He did, but like that's
but
like
he's
all
definitely talking NFL
inside
teams.
scoops.
Yeah.
Like you're talking to like people.
All that NFL media stuff is bullshit.
But yeah, like who really knows? Denver, like they need a quarterback, but I saw them taking like maybe like Kenny Pickett or something.
Oh yeah, is that the guy who did the fake slide?
Yeah, the
Wow.
Pitt quarterback.
I think he deserves to go
Pitt
first overall just for that.
Pitt or Penn State?
I think he's Pitt.
Pitt.
But the thing about that kid, did you know they ended up making a rule, the NCAA, immediately after that? Saying
Yeah,
they ban the fake
yeah,
slide?
yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
That
You
was
just
crazy.
exposed it before it could be there.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm seeing this this little article here.
Yeah.
Washington could justify trading a first round pick for Jimmy G.
The Washington Admirals, hey?
Commanders.
Admirals sounded better.
Admirals kind of made sense when you said it, to be honest. But like, I don't know,
You give
first
it a
round pick.
Heineke just for this guy?
A first round pick seems a bit steep.
I don't know, man. I don't know. What pick do they have?
Oh,
Can't be that
I
good,
don't
right?
know. We have to do a more deep dive into that.
We'd have to do a more deep dive. They're picking number 11. So again, they're picking after Denver. So if Denver takes a quarterback, they're in the shitter.
Yeah.
But something I don't think a lot of people are talking about is Sean Payton, who's gone now. I believe he retired. Those Saints could use a quarterback, eh?
The Saints could use a quarterback.
If we're talking about, because are you going to put all your money on interception prone / injury prone crab legs boy?
I honestly think I'd love to have like Jameis Winston like on the Vikings.
Like as your starting quarterback?
Yeah. I think it's just fun. And
I don't think you'd think it was fun if you actually had to deal with that.
but like sometimes he just like slangs the rock.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure Kirk Cousins will win more games.
Yeah,
than
maybe.
Jameis.
But I don't know. There's something about Jameis that's kind of fun. It's just like
it's fun.
like there's something likable about him.
He's like a Florida State kid, so I never really liked him.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you guys can totally have Jameis. I just think I could see Jimmy in New Orleans.
Jimmy to New Orleans. I feel like Jimmy to Pittsburgh makes a lot of sense.
To Pittsburgh would be crazy.
Because what are they going to do? Deal with fat face Mason Rudolph? God, I honestly
hate Mason
I
Rudolph,
honestly
too.
can't stand it when I see a primetime game and Mason Rudolph's dumb face is on the screen and he sucks. And he just sucks the life out of the game and he sucks the life out of all entertainment value. He is just so irritating.
What do you think he said to what's his face in the Browns?
To Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett.
What do I think he said?
What do you think he said that made him do that?
What if he just? Oh man, obviously, like he probably said something not good, dude.
He said something. Okay, we're on the same page. It wasn't good.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. What are you gonna do? Like, it's one person's word against another.
Exactly.
Word.
That's the issue.
Maybe he said like, "Hey, I fucked your sister,"
He could have said that.
but that's not okay to say either.
It's not. It's not. So at the end of the day, I think you got to put the blame on.
Who else needs a quarterback?
Mason.
Denver, New Orleans.
Do you think there's anywhere
Washington.
that is a Jimmy Garoppolo away from making a Super Bowl?
No, I think Jimmy Garoppolo is the wrong answer for any team to go if they want to make a positive stride in their organization.
So you're telling me Pittsburgh would be better off with Mason Rudolph than Jimmy Garoppolo?
No. They'll be better off with Jimmy Garoppolo.
So that's a positive stride.
Yeah, but you're going to be stale. It's going to be stale. Like Mason Rudolph is positive
I
because
don't think you're giving Jimmy enough credit.
he's not good.
I think he's good enough.
I don't even think he should be a starter in the league. I think he'd be a great backup.
He was a backup for so long.
I think that's where he belongs.
Okay. So you think he's just born into the backup role?
Yeah, like he's like Mitchell Trubisky.
Doesn't he look like a starting quarterback?
Sure, like his face.
Yeah.
But nothing. He's not appealing. He's not appealing to me
Okay.
at all. I honestly think of him as like one of like the very bottom of like the starting quarterback list.
I think you're being too harsh on him. I think he's better than Taylor Heineke, who's a starting quarterback. I think he's better than... Who the fuck did the Jets even have this year?
They had Zach Wilson.
But he's better than everyone on the Jets other than Mike White.
Yeah. I wonder what that guy's going to do next year.
Win a Super Bowl, maybe.
Dude, but you can't like compare Jimmy G to a rookie.
Yeah. Okay, fair. I'm just saying, I think you're being harsh. I think Jimmy should be better than he is, but I think you're being
better
harsh
than
on
Teddy
Jimmy.
Bridgewater.
Yeah, Jimmy's better than Teddy B.
I feel like they're pretty equivalent.
I disagree.
They both play like kind of scared and conservative.
I think you're hating on Jimmy a little more than you need to.
Really?
Yeah, I do think. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone gave up a first rounder for Jimmy.
That's ridiculous. I really
Quarterbacks are
can't see it.
man. It's a
but
thin
he's
market.
not a good one. I don't think he's a good one at all.
Well,
I think he'd be the best second string quarterback in the league right now. But that's it.
Okay. Well, I think he's got a shot. That's all I'm gonna say.
What about Deshaun Watson? What do you think's happening with him?
God, man, did that guy get himself in a blender?
He's in a pickle.
A blender.
He's in quite the pickle. And I don't understand like what's gonna happen to him. I don't think anything's like really come out.
I just don't get how at this point. I think. Okay, so let's be honest here. If he doesn't get back in the league this year, he's not getting back in the league. I don't think.
How long was Michael Vick out of the league for?
Okay, he was in prison though.
Yeah.
And his thing was because he got a shot as like a backup, and then he proved that he's the GOAT on this team in this jersey.
But how long was he in prison for? 2 years?
Something like that. It definitely took a bit out of his prime.
Yeah, but I don't know.
He would have a lot more rushing records for a quarterback if he was back.
Here we go. 21 months.
So that's pretty much 2 years.
Yeah.
2 seasons.
I feel like that's quite a light punishment.
He was just I'm not gonna get him. I don't want to go down that road.
Okay, yeah.
That's a slippery slope of
we'll
accidentally saying something
we'll
bad.
stay away from it.
Mike Vick, if you're watching this, I think you're a changed man. He's given a lot of money to animal organizations and shit.
Oh, that makes.
I think he's a good guy. He did his time. He did his penance. He feels bad about it. But I think Deshaun Watson.
I understand it's a different situation, but I don't think anything can really be solved until his off the field issues get solved.
Yes, but it seems like nothing bad is coming out of it.
Well, he's got 22 lawsuits against him, if that counts for anything bad.
But are any of them going through?
I don't know, but I'd hate to have 22 against me. I'd be stressed out if there was one.
That is a lot worse.
I'd be out of my mind if there was one coming at me.
23.
Somebody said I stole like $20 out of my pocket. I don't even know.
Worse. Bro, why
23?
does he keep getting massages and doing this? Like,
you know, it's so funny when that girl came out. When that girl came out, and she's like, maybe this isn't funny. But she's like, Deshaun said like he wanted me to put my finger in his BH. Maybe I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson, man. If you want to get weird, you can get weird, but make sure it's with consenting adults.
Yeah.
Please.
I mean, you're this.
Please, for the future
You're
of
like
your
a
career.
star in the NFL. Mm-hmm. How hard can it be?
Now, that guy could have been... Some teams 2 years ago were Deshaun Watson away from a Super Bowl, in my opinion.
I still think teams are Deshaun Watson away from the Super Bowl.
Well, we don't know what Deshaun Watson we're getting. Are we getting perverted, not great at football, washed up Deshaun Watson? Or are we getting back to normal Deshaun Watson?
Well, the thing is that while he was perverted, he was still balling out.
Yeah.
And in his last year was like the Texans' worst year, like their worst record.
Uh-huh.
I think they went 4-12 or something. But it was actually his best year of football.
Oh, wow. Like statistically.
Statistically.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
So...
Because that's an organization that's in the shitter. If you're a Houston Texans fan, best advice is to jump ship.
You think they're going to start Davis Mills next year?
I have no idea what that franchise is going to do.
They're so irrelevant this whole year.
Man, DeAndre Hopkins must count his blessings every single day. saying, "Thank God I'm out of it."
How many Texans players can you name?
Like current?
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks. That's it.
Who's like
Is Braxton Miller still on the Texans?
No, he's on the Jets.
Damn.
He actually won an All-Pro for special teams player of the special
This year?
teams. Yeah.
Good for Braxton.
Yeah,
man.
good for Braxton. How many Texans? I can't even. Who plays running back for them? Lamar Miller.
I was gonna say Lamar Miller. It's definitely not him though.
This is
Yeah, no.
Mark Ingram. I think he was there.
Mark Ingram was there for a
David
bit.
Johnson was there.
God, man, that place is a graveyard.
I have no idea. I couldn't name one defensive player on the Texans.
No, it would suck to be on the Texans.
Wow, that is crazy.
Last thing I think we should get through is what the hell is going on with Kyler Murray?
Now,
So
Now-
let's recap.
yeah.
He takes down all of his photos that are a part of the Cardinals, like him and the Cardinals union,
Yeah.
all that on Instagram. He unfollows the Cardinals on Instagram. So the Cardinals' Instagram slaps back by taking down every single post they have, except for the post of Kyler Murray being drafted, holding up the number 1 shirt.
shut up. They did that.
And of Kyler Murray at the Pro Bowl. So messages are being sent.
So he took down everything.
He took down his own photos that he had involved with the Cardinals and unfollowed them. But then the Cardinals' Instagram, like
They
the Arizona
only
Cardinals,
had 2 photos up.
they only had two. They reverted back after.
Yeah.
But they hid all of their other posts, like which are a lot of posts,
Yeah.
and only showed.
That
those
is
2
so
photos of Kyler.
funny. That is so petty.
It's what's Kyler thinking? Why would he want to get out of there? These guys have given him so much. They've built around him. They gave him DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
No,
that
I
Kyler's
just
thinking.
isn't it just crazy that like your
Instagram.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think
an
the guy who
Instagram
runs
war.
the Instagram got in trouble. I'm certain he got in trouble.
yeah, he must be the one making those calls.
Yeah, he's
Like they
definitely.
can't have like the GM be
The
like,
GM was definitely like, "What are you doing? I did not say you could do
"What,
that."
you don't think it was like a wink situation?" And then he takes it down, and then the owner's like, "What are you doing?"
No, they're definitely trying to. I think the Cardinals want Kyler Murray back. I just don't know what Kyler Murray's thinking. He must have other ideas.
Why would he be so angry?
That's the big question.
I think he just must get a lot of hate.
From
I
Cardinals
think,
fans?
yeah.
But why? I think Kyler Murray's. I'd love to have. I mean, I have a better quarterback in Lamar Jackson, so I wouldn't. But say I was a team like if I'm Denver, I'd love Kyler Murray.
Absolutely, but he wouldn't look good in orange. He would actually look. I don't think he would look good in orange at all.
I like their throwback unis.
Like
They're
orange and blue.
But like they look.
Yeah.
I think he could rock those.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
so
know.
weird. I don't know, dude. I think he just like getting like mad beef from like the actual fans because of the absolute stinker that he's put up. But I also think that Cliff Kingsbury is to blame.
Okay. Why is that? I'm actually kind of on your side. I'm actually a Cliff Kingsbury hater at the moment.
Cliff Kingsbury was Patrick Mahomes' head coach, Texas Tech. And Patrick Mahomes got drafted like 17th overall. It seems a little silly because he's clearly the best. Who's it? Trubisky got drafted ahead of him, Deshaun Watson.
Well,
and
he was. I'm pretty sure. Josh Allen, Trubisky.
No, Josh Allen?
And Baker. Was Baker part of that class?
No.
No. That was.
You're mixing it up.
Yeah, I'm mixing it up. That was the year before.
But anyways, you have Patrick Mahomes in college, and how do you not get him to like a number one? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of saying something. And then also, while he's been a Cardinals head coach, like they've had like these hot streaks at the beginning of the year, where everybody says, "Oh, the Cardinals! Oh, look at this!" But then I don't know if they're not making adjustments to anything. Or what's going on. They're getting figured out and they're just like, oh, well, it's just going to work. Let's run the same thing. But they're hitting a point where they run into the wall and they smack it and they smack it and they slide down and you hear the and then all the Cardinals fans are getting choked. And who are the first 2 people you blame in any NFL situation? Is the quarterback and the quarterback. Right?
The quarterback and the quarterback.
Well, you said quarterback and I said quarterback and I got mixed up. The coach and the quarterback. So that's it. And then I think Kyler's just kind of sick of it in the fact where he's like, I'm dealing with this dumbass Cliff, and you guys are getting mad at me. I'm running for my life around here, making plays out of this shitty offense, and you guys are hating on me. Fuck you guys.
Well, at that point, to elaborate, like if we're going back to Patrick Mahomes, I don't know if you remember this after they won the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is just like, I didn't understand NFL coverages or like football coverages until like this year.
Is that what he said?
He said he's just like, yeah, like Andy Reid just started teaching me this shit. So like I can like still get so much better. Like that was the big thing. Like, oh my god, this guy has so much more potential. Bro, what were you doing in college for like 5 years? Like Cliff Kingsbury, come on now. You're not gonna prep this guy for the league?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems a little
Patrick
silly.
probably has like the craziest arm talent we've seen since like, I don't know, Aaron Rodgers.
Or for a guy who didn't understand NFL coverages, he's doing
just
great.
playing backyard football. But to elaborate on that, so Cliff Kingsbury, if he is the problem, I think Kyler just got to say go like you got to talk to ownership.
Because the Cardinals have like a pretty decent team built around him.
I don't think he should leave that team. I think if anything, if Cliff is a problem, get Cliff out. Talk to go to the ownership and say that.
Yeah.
But you do
It's
not
too late
want to
now.
disband. Why is it too late?
I don't know. I feel like the NFL firing head coaches day will already pass. Like
You
they're not going
fired
to do
at
it.
any point realistically.
Sure, but like
You
you
have
only
a whole off season.
yeah, but you don't like really see like head coaches getting fired.
Because usually it's premeditated. They know what's going to happen. They're just waiting for the day the season ends to be like, get out.
Yeah, and like that's what I mean. Like because once the NFL season ends, your season comes to an end, right? So like it's called like Black Monday when all the head coaches get fired.
Yeah.
So on that day, then you start rebuilding your whole coaching staff, right? And then you have the NFL free agency, and then you have the NFL draft, and then you're in training camp, and so on and so forth. But if you're wasting all this time with Cliff Kingsbury in between now and the free agency coming up in the draft, and you have Cliff Kingsbury there for both of those events, and then you fire him in the summer, what's the point? And I don't think he's going to get fired this close to the free agency because then you have a head coach that's going to step in and be like I have no time to like do like the research. So the only other option is that if they go through next year and the same thing happens where they start off like a forest fire and then they burn to the ground halfway through the season, then they maybe get fired halfway through the season.
But do you think Kyler's going to stick around if it's the same situation? That's the thing. Like, are you more willing to lose Cliff Kingsbury?
What's he going to do? Like, what's he going to do? Are they going to trade him? Probably not. They'll probably just say, fuck you.
If
like,
Kyler
sit the
Murray
season
holds
out.
out, I think that's an issue for the Cardinals.
You don't think they'll just say, like, sit this one out then?
No. I don't think they will. Because they invested a first overall pick for him. They traded away Josh Rosen, their previous first overall pick, the same year that they drafted him. He's supposed to be the franchise guy. If you don't have Kyler Murray playing, what's your option? Who are you playing at quarterback?
Colt McCoy.
Are you going to be selling out a stadium with fucking Colt McCoy playing quarterback?
No, but what else are you going to do?
I'm not watching a Cardinals game if Kyler Murray's not playing, I'll be honest.
You have to give up so much capital for Kyler Murray.
What do you mean cap?
Sorry. You have a guy, like, I don't know. It just seems
it's a tough situation. I agree.
Anyways.
Yeah, I think you do what it takes to make Kyler Murray happy, and I think Kyler Murray tries to compromise.
At the point it is now, Kyler Murray's going to be on the Cardinals next year.
Yeah, I do.
In
right
the future,
now, I think
it's
something probably the foggiest that it will get, because I do think Kyler Murray will end up playing for the Cardinals again.
Okay.
I think should we get into our Q&As?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We got a lot of questions this week. Starting off nice and hot. Let's go with
Stefan. You said hot.
Okay. So we have a 5-part question from Stefan. I'm just going to read the whole thing, so follow along.
Okay.
Part 1. Thoughts on having to pay 25 cents for a bag/coffee cup when buying at Starbucks, for example, in Vancouver, but if you go to Burnaby or anywhere else, it's free. How can the city of Vancouver get away with that? Do you think consumers are taking the extra 4 minutes to drive to Burnaby so they don't have to pay the fee? Would you drive extra to avoid the fee? Let's say they're a block away. Okay. So the bag fee, I've been hearing about this. It's to, I assume, eco-friendly stuff. Like they're trying to help the environment. They're trying to make everyone bring your own bag.
Wait, did he say 25 cents?
To get a bag. Like, so if you're ordering takeout.
But he's relating it to a cup.
a bag or cup, any like plastic shit in Vancouver,
Yeah.
if you pay for something like some kind of takeout food, they'll charge you
Right.
25 cents fee
Okay.
for that.
Right. Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the same boat.
If I'm there, and then they're like, "You got to pay 25 cents for this," tack it on, man. I'm already spending the money.
I really don't. Now, I got a question though. What if you're at your takeout line, okay, and say you're at the grocery store, and
Okay.
they're at the end of it, they say, "Would you like to donate 25 cents to Children's Hospital?" Or are you gonna say yes? Because now it's an option.
Right now, it's an option. Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
25 cents. Okay, well, 25 cents is like what?
Like realistically,
Yeah.
put yourself in your own shoes in that moment.
I'll tell you some. Went to the liquor store today,
Of course.
and I went in the store, picked up my own beer, walked to the front, and then there was a tip option at the end of it. For what?
That is different.
I couldn't tell you. So I said no, obviously.
Yeah.
But another guy I was with was like, "Dude, we got to stop going to this liquor store because I just paid $5 for $5 tip on top of my beer." And I was like, "Why did you tip him for?" So he just felt obligated to tip him because there was an option to.
Okay.
So with that being said, if somebody like asks me at like the grocery store, when I hear it's for like the children's hospital or whatever, I'd probably say yes, just because then like if I don't, I feel like it's bad karma.
Okay.
I'm
So
like-
really, you're doing it selfishly.
Yeah.
You're doing it to help yourself because you don't want something bad to happen to you later for saying no.
Yeah, like I don't know, like it's just like maybe this is a good cause, like whatever.
Do you think your 25 cents helps those kids? Like your 25 cents?
My 25 cents? No, but when they all add up.
Okay. So it does, inadvertently.
Right. But man, if I had to go, if I went to a store, had all my stuff, and they said 25 cents, but over there, a block away, I didn't have to pay 25 cents, I'm going to walk out of the store with the 25-cent bag.
Yeah. I'm on the same page as you. I
And-
would not choose to go out of my way for 25 cents.
Right. But knowingly, maybe I'd go out of the principle of being like, F you guys.
Okay.
I know, like, just because.
It's not about the money.
Yeah, it's about like, because 25 cents is not much money at all. But it's about the principle of you guys trying to charge me extra for something that over there they're not.
You know what it reminds me of
What?
when we're going into principal?
Yeah.
When we were in high school, everybody had lockers. Okay? It is your God-given right to have a locker. Now, it comes with a lock, right?
Yeah.
Now, say you lock your stuff. Should you have to lock it if you don't want to?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. It's a bit of a hassle in between classes undoing the lock.
Yeah.
So now, if you decide to not lock it,
And you
put your
just
locker
trust
in
the, you just trust the people around you.
you trust the people around you. When we were in high school,
Yeah.
that wasn't allowed. We actually, in the middle of the year, had locks from our administration put onto our lockers
Yep, I remember that.
so that they would stay locked.
We were-
And we were excommunicated from our locker because of that.
And they had a $10 fee to get a new lock. No, we could not go to the store and buy our own lock to put on there because they needed access to our lockers for whatever reason.
Whatever reason.
So we literally effed the system
Yeah.
and had no lockers.
We walked around the whole year with backpacks full of books on our back. And the classic line you'd get away, we went to a school that had uniforms. We'd be in whatever we wanted and would say, my uniform's in my locker. What am I doing? They locked it. But that's actually that's some neo-Nazi type shit going on right there that they would allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Moving on to our next question.
So knowingly, if you were going to go to a Starbucks one block away from each other, would you avoid the 25-cent one?
I probably would not even think about it.
I agree.
And I'd probably walk in, I'd pay for it and be like, oh yeah, I could have done the other one. But I would not have been upset about
I actually agree. I really do agree.
it. Next question from acrescenzo.xvi. Interesting last name, XVI. Which of you two could survive longer in a zombie apocalypse?
Do we get weapons?
I'm going to go ahead and say It's how we are right. Like if right now we're sitting at this table and a zombie apocalypse happens, so we have access to everything around us.
Right. I could probably outlive you by like 10, 15 years.
Do you have a reason?
Yeah, like you have
Athletic ability.
no. You have you have more nutrients your body needs.
Okay,
To
I
say
get
the
it.
least.
You're like 5'3". I'm like 6 foot.
Yeah, you're like
But have you taken into account in your 5'3" body, you have to lug around 2 massive tits. These things dragging across the ground. Are you gonna outrun a zombie like that?
we'll see
Do the zombies run? That's another question. They run. They slow. They crawl.
I'm gonna say they're like the ones from like COD.
So like.
Yeah, you have both. Like some run.
What if we teamed up, the 3 of us?
It'd be unfair.
Do we live forever?
We could live for a long time, I think.
What are we gonna? We're just gonna have to raid Walmart.
Yeah, I think we'd probably end up repopulating the earth.
With who? We'd have to go out and find Margot Robbie and convince her this is the only way.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, your cardio's just not there to like run away from like the
But
zombies.
we're like comparing it to you. So if my cardio's better than yours. If
No,
I'm not
yeah, that's
there,
what I
then you're
mean.
even further off.
And in a situation where we can have like weapons and stuff, I feel like I could utilize them better than you.
I agree. My biggest weakness is that I care too much, and I probably couldn't kill a zombie. I don't think I could do it. So you do have the one up on me there.
Yeah.
But just because I'm non-lethal doesn't mean I wouldn't survive. If you're looking to pick fights with zombies, you're going to be more
Well, I'm saying you're gonna get cornered in a situation. Like you're
How
not
do you
just
know
gonna
that?
live.
Have you ever seen Floyd Mayweather cornered?
Yeah,
He gets out of it.
right.
And it's not always
But
with force.
you're gonna yeah.
But you can't hug a zombie.
But you're not agile.
In comparison to a zombie,
I don't know, dude. Here's
is the mystery box in this? Because I'm a gambler. I'll keep
I'd go
going
for
back
the
till I get a ray gun.
yeah, I'd go back for the mystery box.
I'd
You're
keep it
wasting
in
your time if you're buying the other garbage stuff.
Facts.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, I just couldn't imagine you living more than like 10, 15 minutes.
What? We're in a house.
Yeah, but once they like come through,
You think they're getting in within 15 minutes?
if
What do you think
it's-
my house is made of? Straw?
it's like the big
bad
bad wolf.
Let's agree to disagree.
All right.
I personally think I would last a long time. I usually do.
Your mom says about me.
Want to speak up? Say that with your chest.
No, I was just saying, yeah, that's a good idea.
Next question is from Tyler E43. Another weird last name, E43.
Strange last name.
Would you give up your favorite team, so Baltimore for me, Minnesota for you?
Yeah.
Would you give up their next 8 first-round picks to be guaranteed to be in the Super Bowl next year? And if not, well, he's just changing it now. Let's do this. Would you give up your next 8 first-round picks for your team to win the Super Bowl next year?
To
You're
win?
mortgaging your future. You're selling your soul for that win.
Yeah, I would do it.
I would.
You would?
I would not.
Why?
Because I have a team that has the youngest MVP to ever live.
Oh my god, this is so dumb.
And it's pretty obvious to me that he will win a Super Bowl. He said it on draft day. He said, best believe they're going to get a Super Bowl out of me.
That's like
Do you
Matt
think he's a liar?
Hasselbeck saying, we want the ball and we're going to score.
Totally different scenarios. Matt Hasselbeck's never won an MVP in his entire life, let alone being the youngest MVP to ever live.
Did Lamar win a playoff game? Have we done this before?
Yes, he's won a playoff game.
Like
dude.
one?
Dude.
Who'd they beat?
The Tennessee Titans. the number 1 seed in the AFC this year? Oh, yeah, it's a joke, right?
Were they playing this year? Did they win the playoff game this year?
No, they didn't beat them this year in the playoffs. Fucking Lamar Jackson didn't even get to play. He was hurt.
Right. So you're talking about
Right. We had the most teams in IR. Let's just let the most.
So you're
players
talking
in
about
IR.
a team that was even worse a couple years
All
ago.
I'm saying is I wouldn't take it because Lamar's gonna win, and if anything, we have a shot at a dynasty if we win one. Next question. From Colby. No, we're not gonna say this one.
I like the ones that we're not allowed to say. I don't know what they are, but I think they're funny.
From FC Damar. They ask top 5 fantasy picks for next season. He said each position, but we're just gonna do in general. Okay. Number 1. I mean,
is it weird to draft Cooper Kupp number 1?
I was gonna say, is he gonna replicate this?
I don't know. It'd be pretty hard to replicate it.
What about Debo? Is Debo gonna do this again?
Huh?
These are like the two fantasy MVPs.
But you never draft like a receiver number 1.
I think if you're guaranteed for
who's
Cooper
the best
Kupp
running back next year? Who's the number 1 running back next year?
That's a question. And I'll tell you right now, if you say CMC, I don't believe you.
I couldn't. I honestly
am
couldn't.
not drafting CMC.
If I'm stuck at like number 7, number 4, 5, and CMC falls in my lap, and you have to take him,
yeah,
I'd be kind of choked.
That's the thing. Sometimes it's shitty being in those positions because, like, man, I don't want to take this guy, but I'm an idiot if I don't.
It's like, yeah, like I got stuck with what's his name, Chris Carson, and you know he's gonna get injured.
Yeah,
you know it.
Absolutely.
But he's still a good running back when he's healthy.
I wouldn't have taken him, honestly. I don't like that guy. I took Nick Chubb over Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that was
Nick Chubb had a baller season.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry...
And I think he'll do even better next year. I think first pick, if we're going running back, you got to go with the king, right?
Derrick Henry?
I think you kind of have to.
How old is he now?
Probably like almost 30, if not 30.
That's kind of scary for a running back.
Oh, yeah. He's actually... oh, you know what? Internet's not working. He's old enough. But like that's somebody who's guaranteed to get carries. He's 28 years old. Give him the ball. I'm drafting Derrick Henry first. Honestly, I'm just gonna go off last year. Derrick Henry, Cooper Kupp, Deebo Samuel, Alvin Kamara if he's in the league. I'd like to have Alvin Kamara and Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor probably would be like one of the top 3. Probably like Jonathan Taylor. Do you say Alvin Kamara?
I did say Alvin Kamara.
I feel like I should take Alvin Kamara.
If he's in the league. That guy got in some issues post Pro Bowl.
Maybe Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams, I don't think he's a top 5 pick, but man, is he going to be a
I think
sleeper.
He could. I think he could next year.
I think he could amount to being worth one, but like I don't think a lot of drafts are going to have that guy in their top 5.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp, Deebo, and...
Don't sleep on the Chubb, man. CMC's still going to be up there.
I didn't say Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Dalvin. I'll say Dalvin.
Yeah, I agree with those. I love Dalvin, actually. Dalvin's one of my favorite running backs
solid.
Ever.
He's so solid.
Next question is from A. Crescenzo XVI again. Weird. CFL Combine guys to watch out for.
Well, what an exciting time of year. The CFL Combine coming up. Gotta say that to start. Now, big CFL guy here, and there's one talent I've been really keeping my eye on.
Oh, that's coming a lot from you, considering how you put in a lot of hours watching film and kind of evaluating.
Yeah, like breaking down like the game, the 3 downs and like the rouge, stuff like that.
It's my favorite part.
But one guy everybody's got to keep their name out for is Colby, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not good at the last name, Buljic.
You know, no, I was just seeing that guy's highlight tape. He's electric. Colby Buljevic. That's how the
There's no C. There's no H on the end.
I don't know. I just call him Jester when I see him.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah, guys, raw talent.
Where are you gonna play him at?
Honestly,
that's
anywhere.
been the controversy.
Anywhere
on the defense. Anywhere.
I'd put him at kick returner, long snapper, punter, quarterback, receiver, tackle.
I'm a tackle.
D or left.
I think he's projected to be a quarterback in the CFL.
I mean, once he goes to the combine and they see his raw capabilities and awareness of the game, they're gonna be in awe. And that was the first time I saw Colby. How did you say it again?
Buljevic.
The first time I saw him play, my jaw was hitting the floor. because he flies around that field.
Pops off the screen.
I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it to the NFL, wins the Super Bowl, wins the MVP that year, and the Super Bowl MVP. I wouldn't be surprised.
Has
and
that
I
been
wouldn't.
done?
I wouldn't be
I think it
surprised if he even made the NFL Hall of Fame and the CFL Hall of Fame.
Holy shit! Like Warren Moon.
Yeah, or Doug Flutie.
He kind of reminds me of a young Warren Moon. What do you think? So I don't know if you didn't grow up playing ball, did you? Like, did you play? You didn't play community or nothing?
Baseball?
So they used to have the punt, pass, and kick competition. So what it is you're on a field going forwards. You pass the ball forward.
Right.
You go to where it lands. You punt the ball forward, and then you have to try and kick a field goal or some shit. If they had that in the CFL Combine, Colby Buljovic, I want to say this right now on air, on the record, Colby Buljovic would win that by a mile.
By a kilometer. CFL.
By a kilometer.
CFL.
Kilometer. Go Canada. Next question.
On top of it, great looking guy.
Good looking dude. He could model for the CFL. If they ever wanted to get into that, like maybe they do like they're in the CFL. It's like hashtag my Calvins.
Or if they did like a, let's say he goes to the BC Lions.
Yeah.
Just for fun. And they do a like firefighter calendar poster. Mm-hmm. He could be on all 12 pages.
I had to do the math for how many months there were for a second because we don't have a math guy. But yeah, he would totally be on 12.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of dumb questions I'll get out of the way real quick. First one comes from Vanessa Vaha. Weird last name again. Will Colby Buljovic make it to the CFL? Obviously.
I honestly thought maybe it's a typo and say NFL because CFL's like dumb. Like,
maybe
obviously.
she meant NFL.
Yeah.
Next question comes from 9Groove. He has a profile picture. Oh, I think I thought he was wifed up for a second. He asks, do you guys even lift, bruh? Do you want to show him your calves?
I would, but it's down. You're down here.
Oh, you're in pants.
I'm in pants.
Yeah, totally.
Why don't you take off your shirt?
You want me to scare the audience right now?
You know, like you do the Aaron Donald thing.
I don't want to put anybody down who's probably been working out for years. Right. They haven't achieved that.
Yeah. What's the guy's 9Groove?
9Groove.
Yeah. Maybe you should send him like a pic, and then he can put it on his ceiling, and then that's like
every morning he wakes up.
He's Myron, bro.
And like he puts it next to his mirror.
Yeah.
And he's just comparing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't think he lifts, bro.
Last couple questions. Comes from Mateo Ayala. Something like that. Top 5 quarterbacks in the league right now. Should we go quick fire?
Okay. Oh, you want me to go first?
5 to. Let's go from 1 to 5 or 5 to 1. I feel like
I'm just gonna name 5. I can't think of it in order.
Okay.
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford. Oh boy, this is just.
There's one large name I'm surprised you haven't said. I don't know if it's out of spite.
There's got to be one more good quarterback in the league.
There's a couple.
Like, I'm trying to go through teams. Can't think of it. You know what? I'm gonna leave that fourth slot open. Okay. I'll come back to it. Let me research some names.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna say 5 quarterbacks, also not in order.
Does Tom Brady count? I'd say him.
No, he's gone.
Okay.
There's another older guy though.
Big
so I'll just start it off.
too, though.
Aaron Rodgers, in no particular order. Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and who should I give that 5th spot to? Stafford or Burrow? Stafford or Burrow? I can't decide.
Did you say Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
Interesting.
Is it? Is it? I was just going off guys who have accolades.
Oh, dude, my computer's not working. We'll leave that 4th slot open for another time.
Okay.
Really can't think of anyone
Final
else.
question of the day. from Stefan Uberfell, one of our longtime supporters. Big fan. Appreciate you, Stefan. He asks, biggest bet win of the year in terms of odds. I'll let you start this one off, Mav, because I already know yours, and it is a pretty phenomenal one, but not surprising.
The summer of 2021. A young man by the name of Mav saw a trade go through Matthew Stafford to the Los Angeles Rams. At that moment, he thought to himself, bet they're going to win the Super Bowl. And he put his money where his mouth was. Put the money down on the Rams to win the Super Bowl. Advanced 6 months. 14-1 odds. Hit.
Well, that's a big one. And we all saw that coming when he talked about it being his future, just because Mav is a sharp. He does not bet square. I have a sharp bet I actually made 2 days ago.
Like a triangle.
Like a freaking triangle. Wasn't 14-1, but I got it at 13-1.
Oh, shit. That's pretty fire.
Now, believe me when I say I don't watch a lot of Champions League soccer. I just don't. Unless it's Juve. PSG is playing, okay?
What does PSG stand for?
Paris Saint-Germain.
Good.
It is the 88th minute, 0-0. They were heavy favorites all game. Looks like the game's going to end in a draw.
Okay.
The draw is like 1 point.
Whatever.
All right? No one's betting a draw, right? I'm not like a loser. Didn't have Russell Wilson in my top 5. That's crazy now that I think about it.
Oh, that's who I was thinking of. Russell Wilson.
Anyways, back to this. 88th minute, 0-0. Odds for PSG money line. Or PSG to win.
Okay.
Yes.
13-1.
13-1, just like I just said. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sprinkle a little oregano on PSG to win.
Okay.
88th minute. Would you believe? I'm going to mess up his first name. Kylian Mbappe goes ahead and quickly nets one.
In the 88th minute, you made that bet?
It made it in the 88th minute. He
That's
got it in the
actually
90
pretty wild.
something. I was like, he's got it. I was just like, there's no way PSG is going to draw right now.
Yeah.
They came through. I was actually really happy about that. That was like 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Good
nice.
shit.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Hey, thanks.
Put it right there.
But that is the end of our questions. With that being said, thanks for tuning in. I'm Mav. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm Coog. I'm sorry, Mav. I was playing.
I'm Coog. Just kidding. I'm Mav.
And this has been
Method to the Madness.